currently taking some college football questions from y'all on my Twitter page. Feel free to get at me now, at JD Piquel. Want to hear from y'all. But one of y'all asked me, listen, is Georgia's schedule as easy as everyone's saying it is? Like, is it really that easy for the Dogs? There's a lot of facets to this, so I want to make sure we really take our time with it. What you see right now in May is kind of what you get, and it's not really Georgia's fault. So one of the reasons why this is being brought up is because everyone's looking at the non-conference schedule and saying, really, Georgia? Really, this is who you're scheduling? You got UT Martin, the Skyhawks. No shade to UT Martin. You got Ball State and you got UAB. You're back-to-back national champs. That's who you're scheduling in the non-conference? Say, whoa, hey. Whoa, Kimosabi. Let's pump the brakes a little bit there. For Georgia, they tried to schedule Oklahoma. Like they had Oklahoma on the schedule for this coming season. The SEC put the kibosh on it. They said, no, y'all are going to play in the SEC here in just a matter of years. Matter of a year. Y'all are playing soon in the SEC. We're not going to get this game in a non-conference fashion in 2023. So that's the reason why you have this Ball State game on there, I believe. So is it all Georgia's fault? No. But is it a rigorous non-conference schedule? Also no. So it's one of those things where is that non-conference going to be tough for Georgia? It shouldn't be. There's more to it than what meets the eye, but it shouldn't be. So that part I think is definitely fair. Got more thoughts on this? Georgia Bulldog fans, make sure you're subscribed right here. We talk college football every single day. You're watching a college football video and it's May. We're talking about college football and it's May. We're cut from the same cloth here. We're both sickos for this game, so make sure you're subscribed, join the party, and we'll have a real good time. Also, follow me on Twitter, follow me on the gram, at JD Piquel. All right, appreciate y'all in advance for that. The other part of this that people are down on Georgia for, you look at the rest of the slate, and you look at the SEC slate, and you say, where are the big dogs at? No pun intended. I don't see Alabama. I don't see LSU. Georgia can't play themselves outside of the Bloody Tuesday practice. So you say, okay, who's your most dangerous SEC opponent? The team with the fifth best odds to win the SEC, which is Tennessee. A couple of things I want to make sure we hone in on here. If you want to blame someone here, you don't blame Georgia. Just the way the SEC scheduling works right now. Now, that's going to change in the future, but that's the way that it works right now. The other thing is, I wouldn't sleep on who Georgia does have to play in the SEC. South Carolina, I will never count out Shane Beamer anymore as long as I live. Did that twice at the end of last year and came in here twice with a sheepish grin saying, yeah, I don't know about South Carolina, man. I didn't see that one coming. So don't count out South Carolina. I'm not predicting them to lose that game. I'm just saying maybe let's give South Carolina the respect that they're due. Tennessee, a lot of people sleeping on Tennessee. I'm not going to be one of them. Kentucky, who knows what they're going to be under Stoops. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, every single year they seem to have a new offensive approach in terms of how they get it done. With Matt Corral, it looked one way. Then last year, they were super run-heavy with Quinshon Judkins. Like, the bottom line is, in the SEC, it's always going to be tough. I understand why there's frustration for people outside the Georgia bubble saying they're not playing these teams, they're not playing that team. Not Georgia's fault. SEC is still a gauntlet. You listen to Coach Smart last year after the games that they played with Missouri and Kentucky and games where they kind of got a little extra push from those teams. Kirby Smart was straight up and like, listen, man, it's hard to win in the SEC. I don't care what that logo is. I don't care what the other team on the other side of the field is. It's hard every single week in the SEC. So that's another food for thought. The third piece of this, though, we really got to focus on, because I think it deserves the most conversation. Because everyone wants to talk bad about Georgia and the schedule and what they're not doing, who they're not playing. It's like, listen, man, if I go to the gym and I meet up with a personal trainer, he says, JD, lift that bar. And I lift that bar and I do it without any problems. Is that my fault or is that the bar's fault? Is it the bar's fault for not being heavier, or is it my fault for lifting it easily? Right? You see where I'm going with this? Georgia has to play who they have to play. Is it Georgia's fault that they're lifting the bar? Or is it Florida's fault for not being better? Is it Auburn's fault for not being better? Missouri for not being better? There's no reason why they can't go be better teams. The schedule is the schedule. Georgia's not responsible for how Auburn's going to play, how Missouri's going to play, how Vanderbilt's going to play. Like, it's not on Georgia to figure that out. Georgia shows up, is told to lift the bar. They lift the bar. Okay, so I understand the frustration from the outside looking in saying, why isn't Georgia playing anybody? Tried to schedule Oklahoma, man. They tried to do it. Didn't get done through no fault of Georgia's, in my estimation. The SEC scheduling is the SEC scheduling. But let's not blame Georgia for not being able to, one, play themselves, and then two, play a Florida team that's trying to figure it out. I don't think that these teams that I named with Auburn and Florida and all that, I don't think they're just going to stay how they are. But in reality, with what we're looking at right now, the bar is the bar. In Georgia, I expect to lift it. Now, it will get heavier should Georgia run the table how they expect to in Athens, and they'll get to have some more difficult opponents in the SEC title game, in the college football playoff. Like, Georgia's going to earn theirs. But as for the schedule, you play who you play, you take care of business, you put the blinders on, you regroup and do it again next Saturday. So is Georgia's schedule really that easy based on how strong Georgia is lifting that bar for them right now? It should be. But you still got to play the games. And we're playing games here in 99 days, 98 days, depending on when you're watching this. We're inside of 100 days. So make sure you're subscribed right here. We're going to talk college football every single one of those 98 plus days leading up to the season. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on the gram at Judy Pickell. We're going to keep this party rolling now. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.